So it's Monday, January 25th, 2021, and I want to talk about the big video project for the middle of the term. When people are asking how many assignments there are for the course, there's no plural, there's just one assignment. It's this, and this is why I'm making such a big deal about it, because it's worth a lot of marks. You have no midterm exam, you have no final exam, but you have a big-ass project at the end. When I say big, I mean like 25, 30 pages, and there's also an accompanying video for that, meaning that normally you would take that project and you would present it to the class, but because we can't do that because of COVID, you're going to make a video about it. So in a sense, there'll be two videos. There'll be the video that you're doing for this project I'm about to explain right now, which is a video assignment project, and there'll also be the video that accompanies your final report that you hand in or email to me. So the video assignment project. For the past half a dozen years in this course, what I've done is I've asked the students to, in groups of 4, 5, or 6, make a video about a topic in international business ethics. We've had many interesting things about currency speculation, talked about fraud situations, we talked about Canada goose sourcing, coyote fur from different places. We talked about things in almost every single different country. And then as we got through to 2018, 2019, it became apparent that global climate change, I'm not going to say warming, because right now it's -10 outside right now as I'm doing this. So it's not whether it's climate's getting warmer or cooler, but that it's changing, and the change amount is making it very difficult for people living in cities and also producing food and transportation and other things like that. And that the change is happening on a fast pace instead of slowly over decades. It's happening within just a few years in terms of glaciers melting and water rising and so on. So in 18 and 19 and the early part of 2020, some of the students elected, instead of doing a video about ethics, they wanted to do one on climate change. So you'll find on my YouTube channel a number of videos about climate change. Now, since COVID came in March 2020, I've said to the students, okay, there's a third option that you can do for your video assignment project. You could do a topic related to COVID. You could do how COVID changes the way customers deal with companies, or how companies have to source from different places now, or different ways of selling online, or those kinds of things. So you want to pick one of those three that goes to your strengths. Basically, you just sit in a group of 4 or 5 people and you talk about what you know. Somebody can say, well, I work in a food service company, or one of my parents own a lumber yard, or I've got an uncle who has a car dealership. So you can figure out a sector, whether it's airplanes or automotive or communications, and then figure out what kind of a thing you're going to talk about. Is it going to be an ethics thing? Is it going to be a global climate change, or something to do with COVID? And then the thing that makes this interesting is the students in my class have been doing this for several years now. So you can simply go to my YouTube channel and look at the previous videos that students have done. Now, how cool is that? How many times do you have assignment where the prof says, here's what I want you to do, and guess what? You can look at the ones that people did previously. Well, that's called peer-to-peer learning, and it's a very useful way of doing something, because you look at all kinds of them there. And there's some that are good because they've got subtitles and they've got maps and diagrams, and there's some that are kind of sucky, or the microphone's very soft, or they're kind of mumbled, or they don't have a clear objective. You don't have to make a long video. It can be fairly short. It could be between 4, 5, 6 minutes. It doesn't have to be 7, 8, 9, 10-minute video. But the most important thing is that you do something which is concise and has a purpose, related to the bigger context of some of the topics that we've talked about in the course. And at the very end of the day, when I'm judging it, I'm going to say to myself, if the other students in the class watched this video that you did and said to themselves, that was interesting and useful, then you get an A. All right?